on strike illegally. To the government, she's a criminal, but to the teachers, she's a hero. Ginny is Ginny Sims, holder of a black belt in judo and the president of the BC Teachers Federation.
I am so proud to be a teacher in British Columbia.
She is defying the government of Premier Gordon Campbell by taking the teachers out on strike in the face of legislation and a court order ordering them back to work.
When I look into the eyes of my granddaughter, who is in grade 4 this year, I want to be able to face her and say, we did everything we could to defend your education. And that's why we're taking this stand.
You're going to be facing fines pretty soon. Maybe you'll end up going to jail.
We as teachers are prepared to take the consequences. And on behalf of my members, I am prepared to go to jail, if that's what it means.
The parties had met 35 times, hadn't agreed on a single item in that time. Bargaining hasn't worked between the teachers union and their employer for the better part of a decade and a half. Let's fix that and get on in the spring with negotiating an agreement that will include a fair and reasonable settlement.
Example, in the 2002, you could only put 2 special needs students in any given class. Now when I go to Nanaimo, and whether I'm in Vancouver or Burnaby or Richmond or in Dawson Creek, you can have 12 in a class with 32, 37, 35 or 26 kids. And I would challenge anybody to come and show me how it's possible to teach a class with that kind of a composition. It's very difficult for all the students in the class, and we, the teachers, are saying we don't have the resources we need in order to do our job.
Agreements with hundreds of thousands of working men and women who took 0, 0, and 0. They took 3 zeros.
Teachers, like other working people, deserve a fair and reasonable salary increase. We've tabled a reasonable figure. It's an opening figure for negotiations, and we're willing to go to a table to reach a fair settlement.
Example does that set, and we hear these excuses now about how we're on something akin to a civil rights crusade. It will be an interesting discussion when this is over, and it will eventually end, when a student says to a teacher, you know, I disagree with Canada's drug laws. I think those are unjust laws. I mean, what is the test for legitimacy?
Well, here we are, teachers of this province, forced by the actions of a government that has imposed more punitive legislation on us. We're taking a stand. We're taking a stand to protest this unjust legislation. We're engaged in civil disobedience because we have drawn a line.
The welfare of teachers gain, for kids' rights we will fight. The laws unjust, so stand we must. We'll stand up and unite.
Some things never change. Labour showdowns and British Columbia just seem to go together.
We will stand hand in hand. Education's not a game.